And Russell, I know you are involved in something I have a long-term passion for, is that of looking at sectors of vocational areas, and in particular you're interested in the emerging and booming tech industry in LA. And Russell has founded a forum called Believers in Tech. So why don't you briefly share people a little bit about what that's about and why you think that's important?
Sure. So when I joined Sovereigns, I was going up to San Francisco a lot more, and just because of the density of San Francisco, so many people working in tech, Henry invited me, there was a couple of Bible studies or just meeting people. It seemed like everyone we ran into was, we ran into a lot of Christians in tech, obviously, but also were involved in Bible studies. And then when I was spending time in LA, I looked around and there were Bible studies, but not Bible studies for people in tech. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, this is a little strange. And then I realized I left LA for a long time, but I went to college here. And it's LA's great strength that it's diverse geographically and industry-wide, but also its weakness in trying to create an industry, or industry groups like this, right? And it also leads to, I think, LA's great need, which is for community, right? For people to be desperate to connect. And so we started, basically Believers in Tech has two kind of threads, but the fundamental premise is that community is good and relationship is good. Can't remember if it was Art or Paul mentioned about how relationship is broken after the fall, and relationship's a key element to that. So basically connection by itself is good. In and of itself is good, and you have people who are working, you might be working in a 5-person team and you're one believer and there's another 5-person team across the street or in a different office at WeWork, but you would never connect to them. It's not working at Boeing or wherever and there's a group. So we have one group is founders that get together once a month for dinner, and another group is basically once a quarter talks for any Christian working in technology. And there are some unique needs. I think sometimes founders can have a little bit of pride, but that's okay. We love all of them in terms of thinking that everything is different. Certainly some things are shared, but there are not a lot of other industries where at 28, I don't know if Quinn's still here and a few people, but I don't know how Quinn's got such good skin. I don't know how old he is, but where, let's say at 28, you're trying to raise money, you're trying to hire 5 people, you might have to fire them, and if things go really well, you might have a $10 million check in your pocket, right? There's not a lot of other industries, if any, where you have that. So those are pretty unique. So we think industry sector is pretty helpful in certain areas, yeah.